In today's video, are you ready for a fat loss phase?
By myself.
Hey guys, what's going on? This is Paul Ravella from ProPhysique.com, and today I want to talk about, are you ready for a fat loss phase? Are you in a good position to lose body fat for either just to make you happier because you want to be leaner, or perhaps because you want to do something more significant like a photo shoot or a contest prep, getting on stage? Are you in a good place? Now the question comes up after I had a phone call with a client today, and she said, hey coach, I'm just out of curiosity, do you think I'm in a good place for a fat loss? And I told her yes, and she said why? And then it came to my conclusion that, you know what, this is probably a good question that we can answer for people, because what does it mean to be in a good place? Well, for Ashton, that good place for me was the fact that she hasn't dieted in a long time. I think one of the first things I look for when someone comes to me and says they want to lose body fat is, what is their history of dieting? If you've been constantly in a fat loss phase, you know, whether it's like for a few months at a time, then you're out, then a few months you're in, then a few months you're out. If you've been constantly in that cycle for a long period of time, I find sometimes the body just needs to be left alone. You just need to let it be happy. Just let it maintain where it's at. Even if that means you got a little bit of extra body fat and you're not really stoked about that, but you're constantly putting it in a caloric negative state, and your sleep isn't good and all these things are going on and you're stressed. Sometimes we just need to let our bodies be, okay? You just gotta look down and go, you know what, this is me for a while. I'm gonna be happy with it. Because the worst thing we can do is constantly be dieting. Perpetual dieting is probably one of the worst things that I see. In fact, some of the people that come to me that have been contest prepping year after year after year, first thing I say is, hey, we need to take a whole year off. And more common than I thought would be, the answer is, thank God, because they're not ready to compete again. And if you're not ready to compete again, what does that tell me? The psychology. So when we're talking about, are you in a good place to diet, we're talking about the psychology as well as the physiology. Now, as far as physiology goes, I would say you want your calories to be around 15 to 20 times your body weight, roughly somewhere in that range. And you also want your cardio to be pretty low. Okay, now if you're someone that competes in, let's say, like endurance events, like you're a runner, that's different. But if you're just someone that wants to kind of look good and feel good, and you're doing hours of cardio per week, you know, hour per day, something like this, just to maintain your look, that's not a good place to start a fat loss phase. So 15 to 20 times calories times your body weight, and then also cardio should be pretty low. You know, if you're doing 10, 15, 20 minutes a day just to get your heart pumping, that's great. But that's what I look for. Someone that A, has not recently been in a bunch of fat loss phases, is able to maintain their weight relatively easy on a good amount of calories, and also isn't doing a ton of cardio, okay? Because that person right there is gonna be excited about fat loss. So the next thing I look for is, hey, if we're about to enter a fat loss phase, are you anxious of it? Are you nervous? Are you worried? Because no matter what type of diet on, whether you choose a flexible diet, whether you like to use a fasting approach, whether you do keto, whatever it is, there's going to be some severe restriction involved at some point when we hit a plateau. We're gonna have to make changes to our approach, lower calories, higher cardio, whatever it might be. So if you're already worried like, oh, my schedule, I don't have time to do cardio, oh, my friends want me to go out and eat, I don't know how I'm gonna fit this in. If that's a concern for you, then it might not be a great time to start. One thing I really like to look for with a client that's gonna be successful is a clear goal. This is why people that do competitions tend to do so well with fat loss. Why? Because we have a date set, and that show is not moving. You are gonna diet and you're gonna get on stage on that day. Now this can create stress for the person that's not excited about the process, but for the person that's excited about the process, it creates excitement, it creates motivation, it creates very good decision making on a daily basis. Now, I'm not saying you need to compete to be successful. I'm just saying when you want to be successful, you leave yourself no options. Not just when it comes to dieting, but when it comes to anything. If you have options, oftentimes you'll opt out. But with contest prep, you can't opt out. You already told your friends you're going to be on stage in a bikini in 16 weeks, so it's time to go. However, a lifestyle client that says, yeah, I'd like to lose 10 pounds, but then 3 weeks into the diet, they remembered that, oh yeah, their boyfriend bought them a cruise and they're gonna be gone for a week. So what should they do, right? Now, the competitor is going to make that cruise work. They're gonna get up and do their work. They're gonna track their food. They're gonna enjoy their cruise, whatever they can do, but they're gonna try to at least maintain or make some progress. But you see my point here. You gotta be excited about the process. You can't be too hung up on the idea of restricting calories, adding cardio, whatever it's gonna take to create that deficit. So that's what I look for. Are you ready? Are you perpetually dieting? Don't be perpetually dieting. Give your body a break. Give your mind a rest. Enjoy your body where it's at for a while before you start digging into body fat, all right? Hope you guys are having an awesome Monday. I'm excited to get some videos out this week. I was sick last week. I haven't been to the gym in 7 days. I cannot wait to go. So I'm gonna get this video out. I'm gonna hit the gym and I'm gonna talk to you guys tomorrow. All right, have a great one.
By myself